What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to the Chariot Friends. Justin here, and I hope you're feeling fantastic today. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey in Cancer. But you probably heard by now because I've been posting stuff. I don't know if you've noticed, I've been getting a little more active on just like a little bit more active on YouTube, which is going to start changing. I am going to start posting like planetary transits. I'm going to do that. I don't want to bombard both the channels with the same thing, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do over here. Cancer, there's going to be something unique that's going to be happening specifically on this channel, but I'm still working out I'm still getting the downloads for that. But I am open for personal readings. It's like personal readings, Cancer. And whether you're looking to find out how the planets are interacting in your natal chart, maybe you want to see where the full moon's happening in your chart, where the last quarter phase in which we happen to be in that, Cancer, or just seeing where see what energies you're working with. Maybe you got a little Scorpio in your chart there, Cancer, where sidebar moon's in Scorpio. I know I'm just spoiling all the things, Cancer. Or you just want a tarot card reading there, Cancer, something get a little personal, just kind of work out some whatever it is that the energies happen to come up there. I am available. And I'm going to start including, because now I'm starting to get active on Instagram. I posted like my second thing in like 6 months. So it's fine, Cancer. I'm slowly embracing this Pluto and Aquarius energy, I promise. I'm going to get with the times. I've been collaborating. Someone's been kind of giving me some tips as far as like how to work out these things. It's going to be fantastic. You may not even recognize who I'm becoming. But yes, all that information to schedule readings with me is down in the description box below. There are links in my bio on Instagram. I'm still getting the jargon for it, Cancer. But there are links in my bio. I will post how to get to my Instagram. I'm getting it all figured out, Cancer, I promise. But yes, all that information is down in the description box. It'll be on Instagram. And also, Cancer, I would never reach out to you for a reading, so just be mindful of that. Scammers are about, and I'll have it too because I found that I think that the link for my email is not clickable, whatever. So you'll be able to message me through Insta. So Cancer, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot card spreads based on our root. Oh, actually, she was over here. The good old moon. I woke up earlier today, and yeah, she was like all shining through my window. It was fantastic. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going void, of course, Cancer, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me. Never force a reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, oh, I love that. Let's jump into it. Alright, Cancer, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cancer. And Cancer, happy Venus Day. Maybe hopefully it's payday for you, getting your finances in order. Maybe you're getting yourself a nice little haircut, make yourself look all cute, Cancer. I see you maybe getting ready to go on a date there, Cancer, hanging out, whatever that's looking like for you there, Cancer. But the moon is in Scorpio. We're in the last quarter phase there, Cancer. And with this last quarter phase in Scorpio, I was really kind of meditating on this, and this is where the sun and the moon formed their last square in a lunar cycle there, Cancer. Hold on. Thank you, guys. And this is kind of this energy of we're getting into that like kind of letting go phase, that reflective half of the lunar cycle. And I was thinking with this energy, especially with us being in Aquarius right now, I feel like this energy is kind of like asking yourself, how is it that you connect with groups and friends and things, and kind of analyzing that, because the square is an energy of tension and can bring about either some external challenges or some internal challenges there, Cancer. And I was feeling with this, it's like maybe for some we may be embodying that more Aquarian side of it, where it's not that I feel like Aquarius doesn't like it's like superficial or anything, but there is a different depth relationships very clear when it comes between Scorpio and Aquarius. And maybe for some we've been able to integrate ourselves into groups and things, but maybe we are missing that depth. Possibly, maybe this could come from, and I feel like this moon in Scorpio invites us to get down to the roots of that. Possibly, is there something that we don't trust about this group? Possibly, maybe there's some sort of internal fears, like maybe they'll judge me if I open myself up a little bit. Not that I feel like you need to be bearing your heart there, wear your heart on your sleeve there, Cancer, but I do feel like that those sort of like casual superficial bonds only go so far. It's like, are we really forming these like genuine connections with others? I feel like with this, that's one challenge that could maybe show up for some, but maybe for some others, maybe there is that tendency to over attach, maybe overshare, maybe being a little too maybe overbearing or maybe a little intense in our relationships, and kind of analyzing that is this coming from like a fear of abandonment, possibly, just really kind of analyzing that and having this more kind of grounded approach. And also, if we've noticed something that may be resonating with that in these energies of Cancer, again, the moon being in Scorpio invites you to explore those emotions a little bit deeper, not to get swept in them, and get fixated on that, but just have this sort of like just this detective type of mentality that comes through with Scorpio. Bring up where the source may be with that. Maybe we had something in maybe our childhood or maybe like adolescence where we felt rejected by a group, or maybe whatever this may be looking like, Cancer. But also too, but I feel like, well, let me first with this. If that is something that is happening there, Cancer, the really lovely thing is, considering I love that this is happening on a Venus day, is that when this last quarter is happening, the moon is forming a sextile with Venus. And now this kind of, we can form these deep emotional bonds and really come at them from a practical approach. It really helps, I feel, kind of you kind of come with a tempered approach where there's this reciprocity that's happening there, where we're able to share some and we're able to, and others are feeling comfortable sharing with each other as well. So I feel like this is a very beautiful blend with the sextiles energy. It does make this nice, makes it easy to form these connections there, Cancer, and again in a more kind of practical approach there. But also too, I feel that this energy does kind of ask us to see, like, the groups that we're in right now, how is that group dynamic changing? Because Pluto in Aquarius is kind of bringing things up for the surface. Maybe the groups that we used to roll with may not be resonating with us anymore. Maybe we used to kind of go out every weekend or however often they're, Cancer, and then now you're just, the hangovers the next day maybe aren't worth it, or maybe just the type of things that we're doing, maybe we're looking for a little excitement, and maybe others are kind of doing this sort of like, let's just Netflix and chill. Like, I just feel like it's just like how you are changing, how the groups is changing, and how we're all, what does that relationship look like going forward there. So I kind of dig this, Cancer. This could be, and this, even for, I don't necessarily feel like this is necessarily cutting yourself off from a group, unless, there's some sort of like maybe toxicity going on there. But this could be a chance to explore some new groups there, Cancer. Kind of ask yourself, what are some other things? Am I getting my emotional fulfillment there with this moon in Scorpio? And like kind of go seeking out some other things, kind of broadening this social circle in a sense. So I like that, Cancer. Now, last few things. These readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching, Cancer. Check them out. They're a fantastic group. One of them happens to be a Scorpio. And yeah, they just really bring some really great insights. And I tell you, when they're in tune. I was actually listening to the Autistic Mystic today. Just something, every now and again, I just get these like random urges to like, or get these messages like, hey, just check out the messages. And man, when he hits, he really does hit. So, but Also, there's a link for an astrologer that I like watching as well there, Cancer. She was actually having some really cool insights too. There's a couple links for some podcasts that I've been listening to, and there's some links for some apps that I like working with, Cancer. So I tell you, that description box is just loaded. I mean, it's just tailored. I've been really just, I've put my heart and soul into that, Cancer. So definitely check that out. But Cancer, let's get into your general energy. Oh, I was going to say, if you line up with the energy, Cancer, I'm going to lose it. But I do like this, Cancer, because it's very close. You have the last quarter moon in Sagittarius, the sign right after Scorpio, which I'm with, which is a card of practice gratitude. And Cancer, because when you think about Sagittarius, they are, being Jupiter ruled, they're an abundant sign, and I feel like that this energy is, and considering that, speaking of being Jupiter ruled, Jupiter is in the opposite sign of Scorpio in Taurus. And I feel that, speaking on that energy, it is showing gratitude for all the abundance that is around you, because I feel sometimes we can forget how fortunate we can be. We can be focusing on the things that we want all the time, like, man, if only I had this, if only I had that, if only I had this. But taking a moment, just like, man, I'm grateful for all these, the roof over my head, the clothes on my back, the food in. And I feel like it's like when you stay in that state of gratitude, then more abundance and gratitude come there, Cancer, as opposed to operating from this place of lack. Then we're just always going to be in that state. Nothing will ever be enough. But even speaking on the relationships that we were talking about, this could be even showing gratitude towards the people who have gotten where you are today, who you've been able to be vulnerable with, who you can share your secrets with, who you feel you've established that real trust there. And this could be maybe even just like something as simple as sending out a little text, just saying like, hey, just thinking about you, just want to say how grateful I am for you, just appreciate what you're doing and appreciate our relationship, whatever that might be looking like there, Cancers. I feel like just, if that's something that resonates with you. And I'm even getting this energy of being grateful, because when I was talking about the third quarter phase, and this can be a card of letting go and doing some emotional and like kind of physical decluttering and things, tying up loose ends, even being grateful for those things that we've needed to let go, that have, like, if, let's say if we had to depart from a group, it may have been a hard thing, but it was an experience that your soul needed, and it got you along where your growth there. And I feel like it's showing this energy of forgiveness, even if things didn't quite go as you had planned there, Cancer. Maybe we had a bit of a falling out, whatever that may be looking like. But all this stuff builds you to who you are there, Cancers. Help you keeps, I'm just thinking with Sagittarius, is help you bring a different perspective, kind of broaden your view there, and kind of changes the trajectory of where you're going forward there, Cancer. But let's get some tarot on this, Cancer, and get some details. How just sidebar, Cancer. The Eight of Wands is the moon in Sagittarius. No, excuse me, no, it's not. It's Mercury in Sagittarius. Just kidding. All right, Cancer, I'm off to a weird start. That's fine. Thank you, guys. Let's see what's going on here, Cancer. I like that. So you have the Four of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and then the King of Pentacles here, Cancer. And let's start with this Four of Wands here. Oh, maybe. Because I feel that, again, there's this energy of celebration that is coming through here, Cancer, with the Four of Wands. Again, appreciating the things that you do have, but the Four of Wands can also be like a card of marriage, but I'm thinking not necessarily that you've gotten. I mean, this could be showing gratitude for your partner there, Cancer, but I do feel that this is too this energy of celebrating the fact of all the relationships that have come into your life there, Cancer, all the groups, the friends and things that have come, and also too all the abundance that you have. And this thought's still kind of forming here, Cancer, but I feel that with the King of Pentacles there, I feel there is this energy of making sure that we're not, when we're talking about that letting go, I almost feel like it's kind of looking at the things that you may have been kind of clinging to here with this moon, this kind of scorpionic energy. Because when Scorpio's fixated on something, it can be really intense there, Cancer. But also even thinking about, because we are kind of a very nostalgic sign, and I just feel that there is this energy of it's just is there something that we've held on to for a long time? This may be an actual physical object, and maybe we're thinking about having some sort of sale possibly, or maybe even passing something along here. I feel like maybe even for some, we may be even thinking about there could be, I'm getting like a donating type of energy here. Maybe donating some old clothes, or, and then clothes I feel, that you can donate, Cancer. But so that we can make space again for more abundance that's coming through here, Cancer. And I feel like it's making that an everyday routine, just even just waking up in gratitude. Let that be one of the first, and that's something that a practice that I've really kind of gotten into there. And I feel like it can help you get through whatever happens to go through, whether we're just going through a fantastic time or if we're going through a state of lessons. We can be grateful for whatever the universe has in store for us this day. And just thinking, because what the Eight of Wands actually is Mercury in Sagittarius. And I am getting this bigger picture energy here, Cancer. There's something here as far as just like, because even like I'm thinking just like cutting ties. I feel like in the short term it may feel again really kind of intense. It may have hurt us. It may have gotten into this, put us in this deep sort of emotional state. But I do feel like it's moving these energies towards something different there. And I feel like it's again where it might be kind of tough at first. I feel like there's this, it's seeing things from a different perspective there. But also too, the Eight of Wands can be this card of messages. And I feel that you put that, again, that energy out there in the universe that just always comes back. Because even like thinking about Scorpio, they're a very magnetic energy. And I feel like that's you turning this energy into or you turning into a magnet there, Cancer. You put that gratitude and that app out there, you're attracting more abundance there, King of Pentacles. So I like that, Cancer. Very dope start. Let's get some more tarot on this. Oh, okay. All right, Cancer. Thank you, guys. We have a lot of energy here. Ha! Love it, Cancer. I'm with it. So you have the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, all this abundance, the Ace of Cups, the Star card, and look at you, Cancer. There we are, the Chariot. Where do we want to proceed? So let's start with the Seven of Pentacles here, Cancer. What I'm getting with this Seven of Pentacles here is, for some, I feel that, again, it's really important, I feel, to really kind of make sure we are making it a point, again, to be in that place of gratitude. Because I feel when we are just wanting all of the time, or just like when nothing ever seems enough, then it just, I feel like it just feels like that it's almost just like that we're focused on just like the glass is half empty here with the Ace of Cups, as opposed to switching that paradigm there, Cancer. Because I remember talking with a few people that I remember working at my previous side gig with, and it was always this conundrum. And I like that you have the Star card here, which is Aquarius, because Aquarius can be a bit of a conundrum sometimes. But we would talk about like things wanting to change, like let's say they were like, this I don't really care for being here, all this stuff. And then it's like, oh, well, why don't you consider maybe looking for some other things? Well, there's, like the money's like, there's money here. But it's like, that's strange because you just told me that there wasn't any money. And then you just like, it creates this weird type of loop, and we keep our, and like it finds ourselves, I feel like, stuck in a sense. And I feel for some, and listen, Cancer, I know it's easier said than done, especially if things have been, because I'm almost even getting like a Five of Pentacles energy that may be coming through. Maybe something has been kind of taken away from us there, and we're still kind of healing and understanding through the process there, and still kind of figuring out where the growth is coming from. But because before the star is Mars, the tower, and I feel that the star card being here, even if we have been in this state of where maybe things haven't quite taken off as we've wanted to, in a sense, there's this energy of patience coming through, with the Seven of Pentacles, because this is Saturn and Taurus, and we may be going through these restrictions in our self-esteem for a reason. There may be a lesson that's trying to be taught here, Cancer. And again, I know that may not feel well with the Ace of Cups, but it's interesting because I'm getting almost this energy of like surrendering, but not in the sense of giving up, but in trusting in something, that there's this divine timing that things will get moving again there, Cancer. And it's just like, we may, because even talking about with squares, we may not be able to control these external things that are happening to us, but what we can control is what's happening internally. Figure out, okay, this situation has transpired. What am I going to do from here? Like, where can I, because listen, Cancer, we may be thinking like, oh, because I'm not saying that like your situation isn't dire, even possibly, but I've had the rug pulled up underneath me multiple times. And it's been, sometimes you just got to be in this place of like, okay, I could either sit in this place and panic and focus on the fact that this is like, there's just all this mess that's happening, or it's just like, what can I do about it? Maybe I need to make some calls. Maybe I need to, because the star card can be this card of unexpected help. Even with this, maybe there's someone that maybe we need to, maybe there's a relationship that where we need to, I don't want to say swallow our pride, but if there's we want to reach out to someone, but it's just like, this is like the worst case scenario. And if we haven't gotten to that point, then maybe there are some other, again, there's that hope that's coming up there. There's something else that we can do, and be grateful that we still do have some options there, Cancer. There's an opportunity to try something different there. But I hope that this is making sense. But because even too, I just feel maybe for some, we're just having a hard time keeping maybe even like the emotions in balance, or just kind of keeping maybe even just like a situation in balance, possibly here, there, Cancer. But I feel like this is remembering too that this is just a part of the cycle. That this too will pass, and that something else will come to fruition, and that life isn't just keeping you down just to keep you down there, Cancer, despite what we may think. Like, I feel like Scorpio energy is one that, it's intense, Cancer. They are this deep intuitives, but Scorpio energy comes with a heavy price sometimes. And but it makes them more resilient. It makes them more compassionate. It makes them excellent healers. It puts you in this place where, when you find someone else, or maybe when you hear someone else going through the same thing, you can be that beacon of hope for them. You can take your experience and let that become, like, give someone else this sense of hope in their darkest hour there, Cancer. So, all right, Cancer. I think I'm gonna leave that there. But yeah, I do hope that made sense. But let's get some advice from Mars and Pluto. Cancer. Thank you, guys. All right, last little bit here. All right, so you have the Three of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Cups, and then the Knight of Swords here, Cancer. Let's switch back over. Where do you want to start? Because I feel with this Knight of Swords being here, Cancer, I am getting for some that there is this, because the Knight of Swords can be one that really kind of push forward, that's always looking towards the future without reflecting on the past. This is Aquarius energy for me. You do got quite a lot of Aquarius energy coming through there. And I do feel that there is, if there's been, just when I was talking about, like, if things don't feel like stuff is moving, or maybe we've been feeling that it's just like the Seven of Wands here just feels like that maybe we're just always on the defense, that we're just waiting for the other shoe to drop and things. I feel like it's kind of switching that dynamic. It's just like, I may not understand why all these things are happening, but I am truly grateful for whatever it is that you're trying to teach me. I'm going, again, there's that energy of surrender, but we're not giving up. I feel like we're deepening this connection here with your guides, with source, with whomever it is that you call upon there, Cancer. And I feel that this too, I feel like that I'm getting this community type of energy that's coming through there, Cancer, as far as like maybe learning to lean on others a little bit. Maybe it's this, maybe we've been feeling a little proud to maybe ask for help, to not be seen in this kind of vulnerable place there, Cancer. But vulnerability isn't weakness. Vulnerability is strength. It's just, I feel like when we've, because I feel like the Seven of Wands can be, maybe we're criticizing ourselves, possibly maybe we're saying that maybe we're feeling weak, or maybe we're feeling this or feeling that. But sometimes I feel like we don't even say that's what we're feeling. It's, we just embody that energy. We say I am as opposed to I'm feeling. And there's a big difference there, Cancer. When you embody that energy, it does, I feel, slow you down, and you start to really kind of believe that. So your thoughts are powerful with the Knight of Swords, and I feel like that really affects how you move forward with challenges there. But I do feel that there is this energy of making sure, just kind of reflecting on what this energy may have been teaching you. And then I feel like that, and this may not be the greatest thing to hear, Cancer, but it's just like with time, with patience, with Cancer, we can, again, these paths start opening up for us, and then the energies do get moving again, because you do have a lot of forward movement here with the Chariot, with the Eight of Wands. Maybe for some this could be where the environment that we're at, we need to change that up possibly. But in saying that, I do feel like, Cancer, be mindful of trying to run away from our problems with the Chariot and the Eight of Wands here, because take it from me, you can move around. I've moved around quite a bit. You can move around, you can try to escape all this stuff, but once you get settled in, it just manifests in a different type of way there. It's just like, oh, okay, we're just changing scenery. Got it. Let me put on and it can be tricky like that, Cancer. But and I just feel like too, Cancer, finding different ways to do some self-care, especially nurture your soul there, Cancer. Maybe do something, even if we're just so happen to maybe even be kind of short on resources. I feel like there are plenty of free things to do. We can go to a park, we can go by, I feel like there's ways that we can go be of service. I was actually just telling someone, they're kind of going through a sort of a tough time emotionally, and we were talking about these. We were actually talking about that kind of energy, that sort of like kind of poverty mindset, and it's just like we could either let that be a weakness, or we could use it as a state of face of fuel. I was like, maybe one thing to think about is really kind of face this fear head on. This is what you're worried about, then go be of service, go help others, go be go be that sense of community that you would want from someone else to be, you know. And again, you got this Aquarian energy. This could be this like this volunteering type of thing coming through there. So that might even be something to think about there, Cancer, and kind of forming these deeper bonds with, because I feel like we have kind of become just a little detached from each other. You know, we can kind of see where we see kind of maybe people, I'm kind of getting a little broad here, Cancer, but you know, from when we see maybe people who are looking for homes and things like that, and you know how we can put up these walls and kind of just like block that stuff out there, this cold kind of energy that's coming through there. And it's like, how do we, I don't know, how do we even take this gratitude and go be that sense of gratitude, like just walking in that gratitude, you know, again, kind of King of Pentacles there. But whew, all right, Cancer, I think I'm gonna leave that there. Definitely a lot to think about. Hmm. And again, I feel like that's Pluto in Aquarius. This really is changing how we're interacting with others. You know, how we've come together as a community is going to change their, Cancer. So, but if you like that, Cancer, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this thing, Cancer. If you know someone who's maybe not been feeling this energy of gratitude, and it's not to say that, because I mean, it can always, I don't necessarily like saying this, but it's like it could always be worse there, Cancer. You know, there's someone that, and it's not to, again, not to diminish your experience, but I feel like there's this energy of perspective that's coming into play here with this energy. So yeah, just kind of something to think about, and then subscribe there. Chariot, King of Pentacles, hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each day. And then yes, Cancer, again, I have all my links and stuff for my personal readings and transit readings and all that stuff there, Cancer. Get to know yourself on a deeper level there. Maybe see where the transits are at, that maybe we can understand why we're going through all of this. You know, if there's been a lot of craziness that's been kind of going on there, Cancer, you might be going through kind of a tough time. You know, I have, for example, Uranus is throwing always brings curveballs, brings drastic change, and he's going through my house of career. And since 20, I think he's been there since 2018, I've probably changed jobs probably about 4 or 5 times now. So it's been a lot. And but it's like, it's to all that information, it's really fascinating, Cancer, when you do look at this stuff and you see how the energies line up, and then you start living in, when you start getting in your vibration there, Cancer, going with the flow. I mean, it's brilliant. And then you can express this gratitude. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm going through, it just gives it, I feel like, more meaning, as opposed to it just seeming like just random, you know, Cancer, because nothing in this world is truly random. You know, it all has a purpose. But and then check your chart there, Cancer. Check your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. You can check it with me there, Cancer. Mars, Pluto placement. Actually, a lot of our people who have Pluto in Scorpio, we're getting ready to go through a Pluto square here soon. That's going to be interesting. But and then come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do weekly videos there, monthly ones, yearly ones, and it's a great old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Cancer. So I can get you out of here. And see, we were patient. We got through this whole reading. And then you got the Ace of Pentacles there, Cancer. You know, new opportunity, new seed to start up something here, Cancer. A chance to be grateful for the gifts that you do receive, you know. And then I feel like, again, when you get from this place of gratitude, then we can see opportunities in a different type of way. It really kind of opens our minds up and opens us up to, it's a real kind of stark shift there, Cancer. So I like this. I feel like that's things really kind of coming together there for you, Cancer. I feel like a lovely, lovely way to end a Venus day. But let me get your other oracle card here, Cancer, so I can get you out of here. All right, Cancer. Thank you, guys. Now take that Ace of Pentacles and plant that seed there, Cancer. I love that you got to plant the seeds here. And when I get the aces, this is a card of the aces are my seeds cards, and I like this too because even in like the Seven of Pentacles, I'm thinking of the one in the Matrix deck. Like there's this woman that's kind of waiting on this crops to grow. It's like there's a part of me when I look at that card, it seems like she's a little worried. It's just like she's like wanting, like almost like she's like trying to send this energy, just like grow faster. But sometimes that's not how things work there, Cancer. Sometimes these seeds need some time to grow. I feel like it's just kind of asking, what kind of fertilizer are you working with there, Cancer? Is your fertilizer coming from a place of lack, or is it coming from a place of gratitude? And I feel like when things don't quite go as we had planned there, Cancer, again, we sit still and we reevaluate. What could have we done better? How could we have reacted to this differently, And then we start to get to work. Eight of Pentacles there, Cancer. I love that. I'm going to leave that there, Cancer. So you stay safe out there. And again, I know it can be easier said than done when we're in the moment there, Cancer, but we do have so much to be grateful for on this journey. Like keeping eyes on the moon. Know that we got the support of the moon. The fact that the moon is one of our rulers there, Cancer. That she is there providing that healing light. It reminds us that life comes and goes in cycles. It's just like, how do we prepare for each of the when things are building and when things are clearing out. Lovely and Cancer. And I will catch you on the next one, Moon Day.